We join the cast of the Super Legit podcast as they're discussing morning drive time tropes. All right. That's how every
That's
show
the morning
starts.
zoo sound.
Yeah, I was going to say, soundboard up and working.
Yeah.
Mine's nothing but Dr. Zhivago as far as the eye can see.
You're listening to Heiman and the Fat Guy, bringing it Radio Zoo.
Auga!
Which one's which? We don't know.
I was want that morning zoo to be Heiman, the fat guy, and Bill.
That's what she said.
Oh, there it is. Yes.
the looking up in like desperate terror expression on that really made it work.
I think we found our runner.
And we're back. Welcome back to the Super Legit podcast.
My goodness. Look at the traffic out there today and the weather.
God. I don't think I've ever seen a horrific accident this early in the morning.
Oh, well, planes and trains, when they get together, that'll happen.
How about those automobiles? Am I right?
What's the deal with the fragile temporary nature of life? Am I right, guys?
When you're right, Bob. Oh, wow, that was just it.
That's my dead
I
air
just
soundboard.
spoke up and it was over. Oh, fantastic.
We all collectively decided that bit was done.
Right?
Yes.
Time to move on.
Yep, and I killed it.
Yep.
Oh, wow. I am, well, here we are again, once again. This is what we do, right, guys?
And we're back.
Right.
Welcome back to the Super Legit podcast. We've got Josh Spence. We've got Sean Michael Boozer. We've got Chris Compton.
Hey-o!
And we have my co-host, Michael Heiman.
It's a morning zoo now. It really is. We've done it.
Oh, my God.
We did
no.
it. We did it, guys. We've done what we've been aspiring to this whole time.
I'm so done with it already, guys.
Got it. Can we really become a morning zoo?
It's not going to be my episode.
It's work from home drive time radio.
Coming at you at the crack of noon. Your morning commute to the bathroom.
I still do drive to work, but I changed jobs last year, and my commute's so much lower that like I have a way bigger backlog of podcasts now because I don't have as much opportunity to listen to them.
How many podcasts do you have that you don't listen to? Like for me, there's a good 5 podcasts that I see new episode. I go, ugh. Like, why is it even in my feed if I go, ugh?
No, I absolutely. I think I have dozens in Pocket Casts that I'm just like, at some point in the future, maybe I will want to listen to the show again, and I wouldn't want to delete it, but it sure won't be now or anytime soon.
What if you're perhaps in a what's it called? A breakout room? What are those things called? When you go to an escape room with no escape.
That's a totally different.
You'll need those podcasts in.
A breakout room is when you try to escape a meeting.
Hey, so I wanted to check in with you guys because we just we passed episode 40. That was our most recent episodes. This will be 41.
Yeah.
Is that why my knees hurt?
Yes.
This is when a podcast tends to start noticing its fellow podcast dying and enters a mid-podcast life crisis.
This is right, and I turned
Mark,
40 the same week we did that episode too.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah, it was well timed. But yeah, I think my big question for you guys this week is, how you doing? Just how you doing? And notice I didn't even try for the Joey.
How does that go?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
See, that's why I
Thanks
didn't
for
try.
asking,
All right, good. All right. Okay, it worked on you. Great.
I actually, can I start? Is that good?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, to those who may or may not know, I used to be like a driver, a delivery driver for an automotive company, and used to drop off parts. I haven't done that in a while, but occasionally the company will ask me on like a Saturday when like nobody else can do it. Like, hey, do you want to go to Anaheim and pick up an engine? I will, of course, do it because that's like tons of free overtime to just drive a car, right? And it's great because like the van that I used to drive for like years is still in like this in the fleet. So it felt very much like going back in time, get back in the car. My channels are still there. Like just being in that box is crazy because it's like you have to be with yourself. And I was thinking about that in a very weird way because when I started driving, I was a completely different person in mindset and personality than who I am now. And I really think that time that I was just driving like 10 hours a day by myself, I had to kind of confront myself for all those hours and all those years. You know, I really worked through a lot of shit just dropping off parts. So it was a total blast today to just drive to Anaheim and just crank some tunes and not like go through like a crisis of self. I was just like, man, I'm really loving the Foo Fighters today. It was great.
Today and every day.
Yes.
Yes.
One of my favorite things on the freeway, like it seems to be more intense on the drive home. Like people are a little angry, a little more antsy to get home in the afternoons. But you know who isn't?
Who?
The guy driving the truck with the thing on the painting of the company's name on the side, the logo on the side.
That's me.
Because he is still being paid. And I always look over at the guy and he's like, well, doesn't matter to me. I get there when I get there. I'm still on the clock. And everybody else is just trying. I honestly look over at them. I'm like, that's my mindset. I'm just in this.
Dude, that's 100% me. When I used to be a driver, they'd be like, hey, do you want to go? It'd be like 2:30 in the afternoon. Hey, can you do like this emergency run to downtown LA? I'd be like, of course I can. No problem. Be like, that's an extra 5 hours of all overtime time and a half. Sure. No problem. Where's my podcast? Let's go.
I've been yesterday, like I drove to like Los Feliz or somewhere that is not Mission Hills.
Humble brag.
And like the last week, like I kind of stopped listening to podcasts, run out of podcasts that I'm like, or have like so many of them backed up that like I'm not gonna do this. I've created like my own work scenario.
It's become
my
homework.
phone.
Yeah.
But just like turning on music and like just turning on like loud scream, like a lot of Pixies, so you like really scream along.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff. And like just blasting it at full volume, screaming along. And I realized like I haven't had a commute in so long, and I've been trapped in a house for 2 years. Like I haven't screamed in a long time. And like I really missed screaming. Like it's really great. I got like I'm driving on like on the 5 going down like screaming my face off. There's some like dude in a tie screaming his face off in the car. He may have been screaming the guy in front of him, but the point is like we were both like getting this out, and so I've been like
what Pixie song?
Yeah, Tame is a good like
Tame.
Which sidebar, if you look up, there is a video on YouTube, and it's the Pixies on like a Canadian late night talk show in like the late 90s. Like the guy's not Alan Thicke, but he might as well be Alan Thicke.
Yeah, right.
Have you ever seen the Pixies? Like they don't look like crazy rock and roll people. They look like
Pixies.
Yeah. The wings are well hidden. But like the singer Frank Black just looks like Jalebi record store clerk. And he starts singing the song. It's kind of like a whispered verse. And then it gets to the chorus, and it is this like ungodly, blood-curdling scream. And the look on the host to suddenly see this sound coming out of this guy is the most priceless thing I've ever seen on television.
You know, back to like the idea of screaming in your car. Like, dude, there's something magical about in LA. Being in your car, that is your alone time, and you operate as if that is your time to do whatever you want, even though you're on the way. Like versus, like in New York, you go to public spaces and you see people have meltdowns and they're expressing themselves to you, like they're having like intimate moments in public. But in LA, we do those all within the confines of our car, and I've just always thought that was wild because you would never go to a park and scream. But in New York, that's no problem for them. You know what I mean? It's a weird, different West Coast, East Coast dynamic thing, I guess.
It's actually, there's something I talked about in the show last night, which is like, I think that's why like New York has a more aggressive vibe than Los Angeles. Is a lot of times in New York, you got to bottle that shit. like your apartment walls are paper thin. Mm-hmm. You're on the subway, like next to 300 other people. Like somebody's gonna scream on the subway. Like, no question there. But do you want to draw the short straw this morning?
I just want it to be me.
Yeah. But in LA, like we get that shit out in the car. Mm-hmm. So we're able to then, like, why do Angelinos look so relaxed? Because they screamed words they could never say in public 45 minutes ago at the back of a Volvo.
Super.
Hey, man, I really appreciate you giving me a ride today. Just, cars just kaput. I mean, I don't know that they said like carburetors. I don't know cars, but I appreciate the ride.
No problem, man. No problem. Just sit back, relax. Yeah. I'm going to cut some string cheese incident on. We're just going to lay back and roll out.
Cool. And just, just like treat me like I know this is your zen time. Your commute is like you do your thing. Pretend I'm not even here. Like, pretend I'm not even here.
Google Maps notification indicates 45-minute delay on the 210 East Freeway.
You know what, man? That's just 45 minutes we get to spend together. Right?
Yeah.
It's commute. It's mostly commute.
Absolutely. We'll just chill out. We'll relax. We'll enjoy each other's company, and we'll just do our thing.
Yeah, we're going to keep moving. We're in a flow, right?
Yeah.
They call it the flow of traffic.
I'm just going to...
You got to be part of that flow.
I'm just going to treat it like, you told me, me car as Sue car, and like, I'm just going to treat it like my home, too. So, like, you do your thing, I'll do my thing here. We'll do it together.
Oh, you motherfucking titty-sucking two-ball bitch, slut, trash can, scum, and stirpa! Oh, I did not realize my window was down. Pardon me. I'm so embarrassed.
Not at all. Please, enjoy yourself.
I will roll this window.
Let it go, man.
Yeah,
let it
roll
go.
It down, and,
Have a good commute.
You too, man.
Too.
Coexist.
Nice guy. Yeah, he's living his truth.
Yeah, man, you just gotta let go, right? You see that car sliding down the road like that, like just weaving all over the lanes? Doesn't faze me a bit.
No, absolutely not. I can just chill here, and I can scat all I want. I can go zip 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 dop dee dee dow like I'm alone in the car, because that's what I do.
That is, yeah, man. I wouldn't call that scatting, by the way. I would like that. That is a proud art form, man. And so I was just like Ella Fitzgerald kind of thing. But the point is, man, you relax.
It's like air scatting. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just, making up the motions.
I think all scatting is air scatting, because really it's just the passage of air through your... But man, what I'm saying
is... Good catch. All right.
You just relax.
That's it.
We're going to take a quick break from our Traffic Jam podcast to bring you an ad for Gooms. Gooms. It's the nickname for mushrooms. Coming to California in 2023 legally. Back to the Traffic Jam podcast.
See, man? You just open your ears and good news comes flowing in. All right? Won't this be a better place once psilocybin mushrooms are legally allowed to be used by anybody, anywhere, at any point in the day?
I don't know, man. I feel like that kind of just kills the excitement of it, don't you?
Well,
I mean, for me, half of it is knowing what I'm doing is wrong and could get me in some serious shit.
So you're saying half of what makes hallucinogens fun to experience is the idea that the law could come bursting in on you at any minute, and that you could be just taken away and dragged into jail. And so, like, you have to keep looking around your shoulder at all time, just in case, like, some cops could just come jumping in any moment.
I mean, that sounds like driving to me.
Nah, bro, you got a real way of just cutting through the chat, man. That is deep. That is deep.
It's what the shrooms will do to you.
Ah, man, I tell you.
Look, Heiman, I know we're sharing this drive time commute together, but if you think that you are 100% Stephen Page in this group of us singing Bare Naked Ladies, you're crazy. You're clearly the Ed Robertson. I'm the Page.
I mean, I have to agree to disagree, friendo.
Wow.
That's just, yeah, I listen, it's bad.
Don't do it.
Yeah, no, I just had to give you that stinger. I just had to give it to you because, like, you hear that it's like clear as a bell, right? That's Stephen Page right there. It's like you just blacked out, and I was Stephen Page. That's how it was.
Hit that note again.
It's bad.
You're getting there.
It's bad.
It's been. You got to get that. You got to bend that E a little bit more. It's been 1 week. Come on.
Is he doing a honky tonk? Is that what he is now? Is that
you
what
would know honky tonk if it tonked you in the face, man. That was.
See, not even when a podcast like this just seems to just turn into two guys not even realizing that their microphones are on. Right? They're like sort of having like a backstage conversation. Yeah, and I just I'm able to let that go.
Absolutely.
Man, I think I listened to a guy. I listened to a guy yesterday. I think he didn't realize the mic was on. He was talking. He was talking about his fantasy football team for 25 minutes. I think he had meant to turn on music. He might have meant to throw to All Things Considered. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I got Cooper Kupp in there. Yeah, he's gonna fuck shit up. Oh yeah, Cooper Kupp going in there. That's right. I got Russ in there, the QB. Yeah, he's gonna throw some bombs right to. Yeah, I've got those guys.
Honey, do the dishes. Yeah. Don't forget to do the dishes tonight.
What was that? What was that, honey?
The dishes.
God, I feel like I just had an out-of-body experience. I'm at the sink in the kitchen.
Look, first of all, Ira, I'm a huge fan of your work. This American Life is just a foundational program. It's really why I got into this work at the FCC. But that being said, you said a lot of things on the air yesterday that are not permissible, advisable, sensible, and we kind of got to fine you for this.
And what do you say when someone says something like that to you? Find out when our show continues next.
So is that scatting? Is that?
Jet, you can get the This American Life music, right? Come on. We can license that.
It's the sample in Far Side's Running. That is every third music throw on This American Life.
Thank you. Now I know where to go.
Jet, we jumped in. We forgot our presenting sponsor.
Oh my gosh. Well, you say we, but you're the co-host, so that's on you.
Yeah.
Whoa, snap. Welcome back.
Okay. We're getting a little catty with a small group this week. Well, fine. Fuck you, Jet. I'm just going to read the ad read for our presenting sponsor. God. This episode of Super Legit is brought to you by the Bits Commission. Listen, friends, we're just getting over the holiday season, and depression rates are spiked. This is the time of year when people overindulge in their bits. Sometimes we're afraid to let bits go. If you're feeling that your bits aren't working, you have to overly explain your bits, you may have a problem. Remember, friends, don't let friends do bad bits. Unless it's funny. Then it's a good bit.
I have a legit question. I'm glad we've been presenting these PSAs on bits. Mm-hmm. And tell me 100% if I'm in the wrong here. If you do a good, like if you're in a group conversation and you do a bit and you know it's a good bit, should you repeat the bit or do you let it go?
Like if you say it but you don't think everyone heard it and you're like,
you get the response you expected.
This is too good for everyone not to get to hear my bit.
Look, I know that makes me sound like an asshole, but all of you fuckers have thought that too. Don't fucking sell me out.
I try maybe one more time just in case people didn't hear it, and then I'm done. I'm out. At that point, it's like, nope.
You don't get mad and go, fuck you, that's a good bit, and you walk away.
I tend to see those moments as lucky escapes.
The universe didn't think it was that good a bit.
Right, yeah. They're giving me an out.
The less you go back to that well, the easier it is for me to edit it out of history.
See, I find for me, it's usually that it's I'm just too old for the room, and then I end up explaining it. Well, Duran Duran was a seminal group back in the 80s, and that's then you have to explain the bit. It's already lost.
Yeah, no. My references to my 5-year-old really run into that wall. Which is weird because she's really into Weird Al Yankovic right now.
Yeah,
nice. And we're driving. I was driving her to kindergarten the other day, and she's in the backseat, and we're listening to "Smells Like Nirvana," and she is just belting out that chorus in the backseat, and I'm like, this is her Nirvana. Like, I mean, like, there's no like context for it.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, this is like a real punk rock ass sound with a big cow moo in the middle of it. But like, I'm like, who am I to stand in the way? Like, this honestly could be better than the original. Like, I'm not going to stand in the way of it.
You know, when I was a kid, Stray Cats was big. And I love the Stray Cats, but now I realize they were just...
Who are the Stray Cats?
They were Weird Al Yankovic, but serious about it. You know what I mean? They were just bringing back old stuff and pretending like it was new.
Good old serious Al Yankovic.
Oh. Years ago, I was visiting family, and my uncle was like, we were at some store, and he was like, oh, and he was talking to his kid, who my cousin, who was like, 5, 6. It's like, oh, this is Daddy's favorite band, the Stray Cats. Do you know what kind of music they do? Rockabilly. And he was just like so excited to introduce his son to the Stray Cats.
Oh man, I don't think somebody in the Stray Cats would say, this is my favorite band, the Stray Cats.
I know. And I wish we had like going back to the soundboard thing we're talking about. I wish we had a soundbite clip that was like Josh's dad story time or something like that, because it seems to happen every episode.
It's coming.
This is like Cats in the Cradle.
Yeah. This is the one and only time I feel I legit owe Scott Spence an apology.
Oh.
I remember like in 1995 listening to the first Foo Fighters album, and he's like, "Hey, I think I've heard enough of that. Like, I'm gonna put on something I want to listen to." And he put on Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd.
Nice.
And I went, "Oh, yeah, right." I went, "Oh, Dad, you're so old. This is so old. Nobody cares about this anymore. Like, it's so old. No one listens to this except you." And the man took it in stride, and he goes, "It'll happen to you someday." And I remember at work putting on the headphones, listening to Foo Fighters, and then Nirvana. I was talking to one of the guys similar to my age, and I was like,
Nerdvana or Nirvana?
Yeah, Nirvana.
We've taken over. We've passed them. We've been around longer than them now.
You're almost as popular as Jesus.
Right.
A buddy of mine were talking about, something in the way. It hits you in the chest. And this guy we work with, Ruben, he's like 21. He goes, "Who's Nirvana?" And I got so mad. I was like, "This is what you listen to when you really want to feel something." He goes, "I listen to Juice World. That's what you listen to." I was like, "Who's Juice
And
World?"
realize timeline-wise, this is like somebody saying to you, "Dude, that's the Dave Clark 5."
Yeah.
Like when you're listening to Nirvana. So,
and the part I felt super bad was, if we do the math, I gave my dad shit for listening to something 20 years past its release.
Yeah.
And Nirvana's at what, like 31?
Oh my God.
I
yes.
believe at the time, I think Dark Side of the Moon stayed in the top 100 for like 15 years. So he wasn't that out of.
I was
you
being
were
a shit.
Out of line, Josh.
I was
line.
being a shit. Yeah, no, that's my bad.
I will say you owing your dad an apology is like me loaning the student loan administration $2 to get coffee. Like, don't worry. Like the balance is still
the
really
cosmic
fucking
scale
clear.
is really on your side.
Oh man. But I think that's a proud moment of like, you too will someday be obsolete. And that's good. Like you gotta grab hold of that. Because if you fear that, like speaking of Weird Al Yankovic is maybe the only person who stayed current on musical trends for the past 40 years.
No shit.
That's true, yeah.
But like, but once you let go of the need to be relevant, it is liberating, man.
Mm-hmm.
When you like finally go like, that sounds like a great movie. I'm not gonna see it. Like, you know what? I don't have the time for it. Not gonna do it. Oh wow, what a great, deep, gritty TV show. Have fun with it. Like it's so freeing.
Yeah, I work with kids. When I say kids, I mean teenagers. So I have to keep up with at least the references. Otherwise, I will be out of the loop.
Sure.
But it's funny because I don't care either way about the things. I have no strong opinions about them. I just have to be aware of them. And because I'm at that point where I don't care, but I'll be able to reference them. But no, I don't love or hate them. I just am aware of their existence.
Actually, that like one of my great evolutions as a person was realizing that I didn't have to be mad at things for being lame. Like Bryan Adams is the worst thing in the world. I'm gonna say Hitler.
Yeah.
Like the amount of like time I used to spend being pissed at things for just sucking.
Right.
Like,
right.
Oh my God, go ahead, suck. You sucked and somebody bought your record? Great. You both suck together. Like that, like there's so many better things
and
to
good
be mad
for
about.
you for making so much money off of sucking.
Yeah.
Dude, why is there so much judgment involved when you're younger? Like it has to be in the good pile or the bad pile. The positive or negative. And you rail against it if it's not in your good pile. And now you're like, why would I waste all that time and energy? That feels like work.
For me, I feel like, now everything has a time and a place.
Yeah.
It's not like, I like it or I don't, there's things I don't like. We all have things we don't like, but like, you'll get to a point, there's a time I can enjoy this thing. There's a time I can enjoy that really shitty, lame Bryan Adams song.
Sure.
I'm not looking for an argument, but I'm going to say there is not a time and a place for rye bread ever.
Whoa.
I don't understand.
What?
No.
No. Okay. This is not what this episode is about.
If we wanted to tell the world we are all 75 years old, this emotional conversation about rye bread will continue.
We already did the soup episode. Now it's the rye bread episode.
You ever have a patty melt SMB? God.
Super.
Okay, I just want to first thank Super Legit Consulting Group for coming in, helping us prepare for the next Super Bowl that's coming up.
Yo, we got this.
Yeah, let's do it.
You don't even know what it is yet, but
doesn't matter. We're super legit.
Great.
That's right.
We are trying to prepare for the next halftime show. Now, if we learned anything from the last one, nostalgia's big, but hitting the right targets is what we're having a problem with. We need to have something that you'll instantly like, but also hate at the same moment.
Neon stuff. Like all the fluorescent, not even neon, like fluorescent, orange and yellow and pink and all kinds of weird angles and stuff just all over the place. Like that was 90s.
Hyper colors.
Cool. Yeah.
The hyper colors. Bring those back. People love and hate them at the same time.
So we want hyper. Okay, so we're going for like in 80s, late 80s, early 90s. Okay,
blinding colors that don't mean anything, and they're not really detailed or nuanced or anything. It's just sharp edges and bright colors.
Then we can book Living Color to play. You guys have heard of Living Color, right?
Living Color or in Living
Color? Which
No, not in Living Color. Living
is the
Color
cover
the
band?
band.
Oh, Vernon, what's his name?
Love Riz Its Ugly Head is one of my favorite songs of all time.
It's pretty good.
I gotta say, I think Type was an undervalued follow-up to Cult of Personality.
I can't argue with facts.
Okay, so we're thinking late 80s, Living Color. Great, we're getting somewhere. What else can we love and instantly hate at the same time?
I got 8 words for you.
Oh, eight. Wow, okay, great. No, this is fantastic.
The Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy of Company B. Now the last one's really just a letter, so maybe 7.5 would be a better way.
Maybe it's B like BEE. I'll give you that one. Okay, so that was what the 40s. Okay.
Yeah. It's about Bugle Boys.
Yeah.
Company B. What do you think? This was 1995?
Bugle Boy, like the gin company. Okay, no, that's great. I like that.
More like the world's most expendable member of an army.
Okay, great.
They used to be the first people they sent into war. They always called them first to go.
And what was more respected than that, right? I mean, that's somebody who just goes right out there. They got no weaponry or nothing. They get shot instantly, but they made a little sound first.
Exactly. They were America's war soundboard.
Okay, so if I'm hearing this right, we want the halftime show to be about war. Like, let's just two sides, explosions. That's something.
Who doesn't love war?
Okay. We've been a country that's been...
Edward Starr offside, of course.
You know who doesn't love war? Commies. They don't love nothing American.
It's true.
Oh, that's very true. Let me get that on the board. COM.
You know what else are complicated right now, and nobody can figure out where they stand on them? Nazis.
Oh, I stand on their throats is where I stand on.
Amen, brother.
See, that's one perspective, but there's a bunch of people who have a different perspective. So, absolutely, it's
I'm
one
going
of
to
those
make an
things that's
executive
confusing to
decision
people.
and just say Nazis fucking suck. We'll just
wow.
we'll make. I know. It's supposed to be. It's a brainstorming, but we don't need.
I
to
mean, there's a bunch of people that you're going to disenfranchise with that point of view. And
I know,
you really
especially
want
in
that.
America today, you would think so, but I'm going to outline and just say Nazis are horrible, and I denounce white supremacy. I have a good friend who would say that a lot.
I know I sound old-fashioned.
No,
but
you don't.
Nazis deserve to be blown up by bomb or fire bombs like they did in Dresden, which was a great Nazi barbecue. I don't know if you've been there.
Ooh, Nazi barbecue.
That was a restaurant that closed down in 1975.
Did you pay with Nazi gold?
Was this in Brazil?
With the Nazi gold, the restaurant.
All of it. I'm taking your feedback. This is
in Brazil. They just call it gold.
Legit.
Sorry, that went off the rails.
Oh yeah.
No, really? That felt rock solid.
Best brainstorm session ever.
Watch. They're listening to us next Super Bowl.
No, next year they're just gonna book the band War.
Oh, that would be great.
I was trying to get Gwar in there too, again, for Josh.
Do a nice like spill the wine medley.
Wait, which song is so? Edwin Starr is War. What is it good for? And what is War's song?
Spill the wine. Slipping into darkness.
Okay, all right.
Lowrider.
Like all the war.
Oh yeah,
all the
Lowrider,
musical wars were sort of blending together.
Mm-hmm.
Spill the wine. Did that girl? Oh shit! Now we owe copyright.
So here we have a sponsor this week.
Oh, we do. Yes, we do.
Well,
absolutely. We have
even
another
after
sponsor.
that. Are you sure?
If it's Nazi barbecue, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Oh, don't worry. This sponsor approved of everything they just heard.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So I'm just going to cue it up here.
I feel gross.
Hey, folks. We know you love food trucks. But now, here's a food truck you've been waiting for. It's an American corn truck called Corn on the Bob. We take our special American corn recipes. It's really just corn and butter. All the butter. Just all of it. So much. Too much. Or not enough, but all the butter. All of it. We have corn coming from all parts of the Midwestern, corn belt things. Corn from Iowa. Corn from Nebraska. Corn from Wyoming. And all the other corn states. They all taste the same. It's corn, but we got the butter. It's recycled, upcycled, and recycled corn from all over the United States. You'll think our corn dishes are charming, as they're all named after 90s ingenues. We've got the Reese Witherspoon. We've got the Sarah Michelle Gellar. And the Claire Danes, which we didn't check the spelling on. Take a look in your neighborhood for our food trucks under there. Underwear? That's right. Corn on the Bob brings our special dishes with all your favorite dipping sauces. Ranch dressing. Only ranch dressing. We're in America, damn it. That's what you dip corn in. Ranch dressing. So keep your eyes peeled for Corn on the Bob, coming to a neighborhood near you.
That was amazing.
Amazing.
Maze? Nothing? Okay.
I'm with you.
Oh my god.
Very nice.
See, that's where you repeated the bit. You repeated it.
Yeah.
You know where I got the repeating of the bit from? Was Johnny Carson when he would repeat his punchline afterward after it failed miserably.
Yeah.
I loved that. As a kid, I had never seen that done before. I thought it was amazing. And then when I got older and started doing stand-up, I realized, now you're a hack if you do that.
Letterman was my favorite version of just how committed he would be to.
Yes.
I'll just keep saying this until you give me a laugh to let us move on.
Yep.
There was also a while, I don't know if you guys remember it, where NBC eventually had the rights to Walker, Texas Ranger. So every time he told a bad joke, he would just hit the lever and it would just play a non sequitur clip from Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh, yeah,
you said Conan, right?
Yeah.
God, I remember that.
And it'd be like a kid falling from a ladder, breaking his arm, and that's the clip.
I love it.
Yeah, the Paul Rudd, Mac, and
yes.
kid in the wheelchair falling off a cliff is TV's greatest moment. That was one where guys, we can stop making this art form. Because
we're not going to get any higher.
And yeah, we're not going to beat that.
We've reached the summit.
Yeah. It's like movies when the Jackass movie came out. Like, okay, guys, we don't need to make them anymore. We finally did it. This is what we've been working towards.
And then they made 4 more.
Yeah.
Yes.
And 1 in 3D. So
right. Oh, yeah. And then this one was just all of them arguing with the covered California people. Pre-existing conditions.
Josh?
Yeah. We were playing.
The floor recognizes Josh Spence.
Yes.
We are a Robert's Rules of Order podcast, by the way.
We were talking about it earlier as well, about morning zoo daytime talk shows. I'm curious, what do you think you get? What position would you guys be in said morning zoo radio podcast? It doesn't have to be us as one, but if you were hired for one, who do you think you'd be?
Producer.
No, you'd have to be the guy who talks. You can't duck out.
No, I would be the
I'd be
producer
the guy who
they
talks.
occasionally throw to.
That's
Well, let's recap just so we're all clear on what those roles are.
yes.
Can we lay out the hierarchy?
We have
I don't listen to these
hold on,
shows.
Heiman, you've never listened to morning radio?
No, I have, but I think just so we're all aware of all our options, because I haven't since I think I was in high school, really.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
I think a lot of
It's
us
not
can't
recent.
tell the difference between a lieutenant and a corporal.
Yeah.
So we need this mapped out.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong here. I think Shawn Michael,
Mhm.
jump on me if I miss one. We have the host. So Jet, you can't say the host.
God damn it.
And there
We
could
have
be
the
multiple
co-host.
hosts.
Okay, we have the co-host.
Mhm.
Michael Heiman definitely cannot be the co-host.
Well, so in the classic example of Kevin and Bean,
Yes.
which is the host and which is the co-host? Or are they both hosts?
Ooh,
Very
and Mark
true.
and Brian.
Mark and Brian, yeah.
Okay, yeah, Frank and Heidi.
Opie and Andy.
Mhm.
Are we just
Sacco
going to
and
keep
Benzetti.
yelling out names?
Howard and Stern. Yeah. No, I get it.
Howard and
So
Stern.
Howard Stern, he was the host, but he did have a
Zeppo
co-host.
and Groucho.
He had a co-host.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Robin Quivers.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so do we want one host or two hosts in this
I think
situation?
host is enough.
Okay. Well, then I'm glad we went down this hole.
Yeah, host.
So we have host, co-host. We have soundboard guy, right?
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Brr, 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 brr.
They always
Um,
have the intern that they kick around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kick around intern.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
butt of the jokes. Yeah.
You have to have your Ed McMahon big laugh.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's your zoo, right?
Yeah.
Wait, and you have news guy who comes on
news guy,
and
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of tries to play along, and then they shoo off as quickly as possible.
What about the woman who has giant breasts on the billboard, even though you can't hear that in a radio show?
What show is this? So I can
All of
follow?
them? I don't know.
The shusha position.
I see so many billboards where they have, it's for some radio show and they've got the woman who's clearly on the show and they're clearly accentuating her physical sex appeal. It's like, I can't hear that. So what
Oh
is
no, I think you're thinking of work boots.
Yeah.
Is what you were thinking of.
That's
The work
Yes.
boots.
Warehouse in the valley.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, yeah. All the boot. I don't know if this is the case across the United States, but in Los Angeles, we have a chain of boot stores.
Actually, there might
that-
just be one.
Right.
It's
Yeah, you're
one
right.
place.
It might be one
It's
location.
no,
but the
it's one
billboards
place.
are everywhere. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
It's one place.
and the woman is wearing basically nothing but boots.
Yeah, and like every time I see that, I'm like, she's got an electrician's license.
Is she bonded and certified?
Right.
What's her umbrella policy like?
Okay, so we have host, co-host, intern, sound guy, big laugh,
Mhm.
and then news guy, and then work boot warehouse lady.
Is there a guy who researched something and it comes on the show just
Intern.
to tell you the thing?
That's the intern.
Okay. All right.
What about hostile Paul Giamatti producer?
No jet, no.
Trying to get them thrown off the air.
Okay, and we'll throw in the angry Paul Giamatti.
What about the news station owner who is just searching for an excuse to shut them down?
Are we doing news radio?
What about the loud country station who's one floor up, whose music keeps like drifting down?
What? That's
What about the
that an
security
actual
guard
station
who
that
keeps
happens
breaking
to?
into the wrong room? No? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Try your bit again.
What about the security guard who keeps entering the wrong room? You're all laughing this time. It worked.
That's what I tell myself.
See, if at first you don't succeed, repeat that joke.
It's comic styling. It's not desperation.
Right, yeah. Is there a difference between those two things?
It's pretty much
as somebody who knows a lot of comics.
So I think Josh didn't get his answer, and he's going to repeat this bit until he gets his answer.
Oh, yeah.
Well, super.
Oh, that wasn't a scene. There was a hair on my mouth.
We should probably explain what just happened there.
In detail.
Let him figure out the bit.
So it was one of those great visual jokes on our audio only podcast.
A sight gag.
Yeah,
this sort of the big boobed radio host on the billboard.
Yes.
Yep.
Brought to you by Work Boot Warehouse.
By the way, those are looking great, Compton. Good work.
Thank you.
I would say
don't thank me. Thank the good people at Burger King.
If I were on a morning show, I think all right, I would be the guy that isn't actually on the show. It's the guy they're always complaining about that says all the bits are stupid, that doesn't like what they do, is constantly, because the morning shows are just I would do anything on the morning show except laugh at things that weren't funny. I think that's got to be the most depressing job ever. Like the laughing like maniacs is something that's so mundane and ridiculous.
I was going to say
it doesn't answer your question. Sorry.
Yeah, it's great. I think you did. Yeah.
I think my role would be locally successful comedian who's dying inside.
So you're playing at Floppers in Burbank. Yes.
You're the Artie Lang of the podcast.
Dying inside, amazingly not outside.
I think, oh gosh, because I think SMB basically stole my role here of also the guy who doesn't think it's funny. So,
I mean, we're not building a show. You guys can be the same.
We can.
Yeah.
You can have the same answer.
We'll be a two-headed monster.
Oh, we can be the Statler and Waldorf of the radio show. The ones on the side.
But they laugh.
Yeah, they laugh at everything.
But sarcastically.
Oh, that's true.
We
can do that, yes.
Sarcasm.
If Drive Time Radio has taught me anything, it's that more than one person cannot think it's funny.
Super.
Okay, Mr. Kaufman, thank you for coming in to Westwood One Studios today. I just want to say you are a finalist for our morning job.
Okay.
Going over your resume, I just want to clear something up.
Please.
You will happily be on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you'll have your name on the show.
Absolutely.
We'll pay you like one of the lead hosts in the nation.
Yeah, looking forward to that paycheck.
But you're not going to laugh at any of the jokes or any of the bits that constitute a morning zoo.
I mean,
variety of jokes.
I don't make promises. Let me make that clear. It's a policy of mine. You saw it in my rider. I did. Make promises. So it's entirely possible that someone at some point might say something that I do inadvertently find humorous. I just find it so unlikely that I wanted to make it clear to you it's not a part of the expectation of me taking on this job to laugh at all of the ridiculous, inane, blathering bullshit. I'm sorry. That's one of the few profanities I'm going to get out here. I know we can't get those on the air, but I'm
it's okay. It's between.
Yeah.
No, it's just a formal work interview. Don't worry about it.
Just don't expect me to blow out a muscle trying to pretend to find this crap funny.
Further going into your past line of work and things that you want to do going forward, you're interested in hosting an hour-long civics lesson in the politics of the region that you're working in, which would be the greater Los Angeles area and the San Fernando Valley?
I am. Yeah, I like challenging myself. I mean, the thing is, right now, I don't know anything about any of that. I wrote a bunch of words down because they sound intelligent, and I figured,
I get that. Yeah,
dress for the job you want.
But sir, this is a morning zoo show. You say you don't laugh. Now,
again, occasionally, if it's actually funny. I heard the show. So point being, not going to laugh. But hey, if I can educate people in the process, I'm looking forward to that. So let's make that happen.
So Professor Kaufman, you've been my mentor for years, and I can't believe you're going to leave the philosophy department to go work in something as ridiculous as morning radio. Dr. Kaufman, please. I mean, I know I'm only a PhD student, but I've looked up to you for all these.
Woody, I can't believe you're going to leave Hollywood and go become a philosophy PhD?
Well, yes. I feel like I could just. Well, here's the thing. I would just because if. Just hear me out. Kierkegaard, I believe, said when talking with Freud, he said to.
This has got to be the worst thing you've ever. Okay, let me rephrase that. This has got to be one of the top 500 worst things you have ever done.
Guilty as charged.
Mr. Allen. Oh, sorry, Dr. Allen. You are a PhD now.
Yes.
We cannot hire you to teach at our institution.
What? Just you anti-Semite. You. I had to take a. If I was physically, I would by the lapels.
Sir, this is American Jewish University. We're obviously not anti-Semitic.
A sign does not make one anti-Semitic.
Listen, we cannot, in good conscience, put you in a room full of 18 to 22-year-olds. I just can't.
Wait, they're that old? Withdrawn.
Legit.
It's always great when we go back to the current celebrity references.
For the people who brought you that Super Bowl.
And rye bread. And soon.
Woody Allen, loved a good rye bread.
Oh, yeah, he does. On a patty melt.
Oh, now we're talking.
That sounded dirty somehow, and I don't know. I don't know what it meant.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Woody Allen patty melt? That's definitely not what you think it is.
No. Oh,
you know,
God.
when
I think it's exactly what I think it is.
When I go to a deli and I order like a Reuben, but I ask for not rye bread, and I'll say I'll go sourdough, whatever is easiest. They get upset and they will say it's not a Reuben. I'm like, I understand that, but can I get the Reuben-esque essence, but not without the rye?
Can you get a Reuben-esque sandwich?
Yes.
Those are the best sandwiches.
Those sandwiches are how you get the Reuben-esque figure, yes.
Yes. But it's fun. It's like they get really angry that I don't want it on the rye.
Yeah, they should be. They are justified.
It's sacrilegious.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I have taste
you are making a mistake.
That have said no. Dude, all right, here's the thing. Quite honestly,
what is it?
I get how it looks delicious. It's so beautiful but I get how you sold that first loaf. But how did you sell the second loaf? Because after the first loaf, I've tasted it. No. Fool me once.
I gotta say, you sell something, your responsibility to its artistic purity ends there. You know what? If I buy a Miles Davis album and I take it home and just leave a cup of coffee on it for the next 25 years, that is not an offense to you as a record store. And you can tell this is old people because I said record store. And Miles Davis.
And Miles Davis, yeah.
Miles Davis.
Cup of coffee.
And cup of coffee, yeah.
And I was going to go into a whole thing about Birth of the Cool, cooling off your coffee, and I was like, no, that would go way too deep, and no one's going to be with us anymore.
Kind of Blue Mountain coffee is not going to pay for it. But my wife has a food allergy to onions, and everything has onions. And most people are hey, can we get that with onions? And we made a big batch of it. Great. But occasionally you get somebody who's a dick about it. You're we're not gonna make it. It's an allergy, dude.
Right.
What are you gonna hurl peanuts at that one kid at the other table? No. Who gives a shit?
It is fun when you get to do that.
It's not gonna taste as good without onions. Yeah, you know what will taste better? Me breathing. So for my ability to taste, that's as good as it'll taste. You don't owe anybody anything. Just say no.
I'm on a low sodium diet. My cardiologist put me on it. So can I get that without salt?
God, why do you even go out to eat, man? Why are you at a restaurant? Stay at home. You know what? You got all these special requests, dude. You know what? God, you people. All right, start again. I'm listening.
Okay, I was asking if you could go just light on the salt for me.
Oh God, sorry, that was involuntary. I'm trying to low salt for the Prince here.
Okay. All right, and just no pickle on the side. I'm not
no
gonna eat it. So.
Dude, we are a deli. We are a deli. The pickle spear is the cornerstone of the plate.
Okay, well,
which is weird because plates are circular in nature, but it is a cornerstone.
That's fair. Yeah, no, but it has a crescent shape to it, so it kind of fills in
Maybe
the side
get
of it.
a friend that likes pickles, and then you guys they get 2 pickles. But you want me to bring out basically a naked plate?
Well, it'll have the sandwich on it, will it not?
Is a gentleman fully dressed without a handkerchief? No. Is a plate fully dressed without a pickle? No, sir. Low salt.
Okay, so I'm
pickle.
sorry. I feel like you're picking on me now for not wearing a handkerchief into the restaurant as well.
Oh God, you were making it hard not to. Oh.
Okay. All right. And just a water, please, but no ice because it hurts my teeth.
Oh, of course. You want an item that costs 0 on the check, so there's no tip that'll be included in that. So the small soda is $2.39, so that would be at least 25 cents, and of course no ice because the Prince and his teeth are too genteel for anything other than lukewarm water. Gotcha, Chief. Did you want me to blow on everything just to make sure it's at room temperature? Did you want me to carry it out backward for your amusement, sir?
Just the normal way. The normal way is fine. Just on a plate.
You want the normal way with salt and with the pickle? Excellent. I'm glad we worked this out.
All right. I think I'll just take my patronage somewhere else.
Oh, well, your business will be missed, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Look, I'm sorry. If you guys can't do this, it's great. Like, I just need to ask so I can be sure I don't order something.
I'm already irritated. Keep talking.
I have a peanut allergy, and I go into anaphylactic shock. I have it, so I just need to know if if there's any like peanuts in the in the salad that you have there.
You're asking if there are any peanuts in the Thai salad? Yes. Yeah. Yes, there are peanuts.
Okay, then I'm not going to have that. You guys just have like a green salad with no peanuts in?
I'm still railing against your peanut allergy.
I'm sorry.
It's got a peanut sauce based dressing. Of course, there are peanuts in the Thai salad. God. Next question.
Sorry. I just like a green salad.
A green salad?
Yeah. I just like as long as it doesn't have peanuts in it, I'm good. I just like if I eat a peanut, then my throat closes up and actually my blood pressure just like bottoms out.
I am a waiter,
and I would die right here
on the I don't need to know what will happen to you. You want a green salad, and you want that. Do you want that dry, or you want some sort of dressing?
Do you have a non-peanut dressing?
I can find I mean, this is America. I'm sure there's ranch back there.
Okay. Yeah. Ranch is great. Green salad, ranch. Great.
Green
Perfect.
salad.
Yeah, as long as no peanuts on it, I'm all good.
You okay with onions?
That's going to be a problem.
Oh, God. What? Okay.
It's allium is the...
And that concludes this week's podcast on sandwich talk. Come back next week when we talk more about sandwiches, particularly sablefish. This has been your host, Travis Pastrami. We'll see you next week.
That was amazing, dude. I'm so glad you played that for me.
The more the world around you gets filled with rage, the more you listen to the most boring things imaginable.
I'm just hungry now. I just want a sandwich. Man. It's too bad we're going to be in traffic for the next hour and 17 minutes.
Up next on my podcast is a 4-hour interview with Terry Gross interviewing Terry Gross.
Oh, bring it on.
It is amazing. She just does the questions.
Hey, Mike, instead of arguing about the bare naked ladies, why don't we do a deep dive on the Super Legit podcast?
Do you have to? I think that podcast is lame. Super lame Jet.
Jet band.
Can you repeat that again? I'm sorry.
Super lame Jet. Super
Got
lame Jet.
Super lame Jet.
Yeah.
Super lame Jet.
One more time, it's gonna
Super
last.
lame
Super
Jet.
lame Jet.
Super lame Jet.
It gets funnier every time you say it.
It's true.
All right.
Baba
That's
Booey.
it.
Baba Booey.
You got your bet out. Oh.
And now we finally found the role that I would be on the morning Zoo is angry Baba Booey caller. Oh man!
And now that everyone's got their roles, it's time to bring this to a close. Michael Heiman,
Just
do
a
your
screeching
thing.
halt.
Mhm.
Yes, Jet. Thank you, as always, to Matt Walker for our intro and outro music. This episode was hosted and edited by Jet Kaufman, co-hosted by me, Michael Heiman, and lists the talents of Chris Compton, Sean Michael Boozer, and Josh Spence. Every scene you heard today was improvised on the spot, along with some of the ads, with only a light touch of editing for your comfort. Check the show notes for our occasional writing credits, and if you're loving what we're doing, and we know you are, be sure to write a 5-star review at your podcast provider of choice, and tell a friend about us, and call into your local morning zoo and tell them about us, because it's one thing they want to know about podcasts that's making their profession obsolete.
Hey, Jet.
Yes, Josh.
Can I start recording now?
Yes, Josh. You can start recording now.
Love you, Sanders.
I don't believe anything's on all my time. I kicked the door on its hinges just so I could move on. Oh,
Yeah, I think Steven's mom got in town tonight, so
Yeah.
and-
Yeah, well,
and
I scolded
she's
St.
staying
James
in his
so.
typical podcasting space. So.
Well, he was like, I'm picking her up at 8. I was like, yeah, but the show's at 9, fucker. What do we... Okay, whatever. Commitment, sure.
Yeah. Mom, mind if I sit in your bedroom and do a podcast while you try to sleep?
Some fucking writing partner he is. Oh, these are good ideas. I like it. I'm trying to embolden you. No, I can't do one show. Ooh.
The worst human being ever.
Edit all that out so you don't send it to him later, Jet.
This
This is what Josh really thinks of you.
That's a pre-show role, right?
I hope so. That'd be great.
That's going to be my ringtone now from now on.